Yay! We made it. I did put a little thing up to say that we were having a technical hitch, so hopefully it's all working now and showing up in there.
But this is actually totally, absolutely what I'm about to talk about. You know, stuff.
Oh, that's all right then. It does. It certainly does. So, yeah, right. While we wait for people to hopefully trickle in and come and join us, do you want to tell us what you've been up to today, and then we'll start?
Yeah. Well, today I've been. I do lots of different things, and today I've been working for the non-profit organisation that I run down in Darlington, supporting parents with slings and baby carriers. So that's really nice and really fun, and lots of small babies, and really, social media is the only thing that enables services like ours to exist, because we just put it out there. We're going to do this at this time, and people find us. And we coalesce around this place. And you just couldn't do it by mainstream traditional media. You couldn't do it through newspaper advertising. And it's the fluidity of it. So, I mean, that's where I definitely sort of learned the trade of getting my message out to people using Facebook mostly.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it, for getting things out? Sorry, I'm trying to find the comments on Facebook because they don't appear on Be Live, and it's but it's really handy. We do. And it's just Facebook's very glitchy today. So anyway, yes, carry on. It's great for getting the word out.
So yes, it's and so that's what I did today. Unfortunately, it's not so great when you do what happened to us today, which is we realised this morning that the session we're running this morning was actually advertised that it was happening on Tuesday. But people still found us. See?
Yay! Ways coming along.
There's other ways of people finding out what you're doing, which is good because stuff happens. As you might have noticed.
All the time. Well, we just had a bit of stuff, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely. Honest. And I'm going to share a photo after this. You're going to absolutely laugh because, of course, I picked up my tripod, thinking I was going to use my phone. Picked up my tripod, and it just sort of disintegrated in my hands.
I've had that before. Actually, the one I've got here, which I never use now, it's got sellotape on it.
Yeah.
I've got a new one at home, but I keep forgetting to bring it in. But I never use it. I just use my computer now. So I don't really know.
It's alright if you can get it's tricky getting the light and everything on the computer, isn't it? I look very blue.
I'm alright because I've got a window. Get around my house. I've got a window there. So the light's usually pretty good for me. That's the trick. So do you want to tell everyone who you are? And then we'll jump into the first tip.
I am Samantha Townsend. I am a multiple social entrepreneur, but one of the things that I am doing recently is I'm launching myself as a social media consultant. I've been doing social media for all the businesses that I run, all the projects that I help with, and recently started taking on a few projects here and there that I've been charging for, and really I think it's just time to enable people to pay me for a lot of the work I'm already doing. So my message is very much about being unapologetic, just getting yourself out there as I am right here and now, as Amy knows. When she put out the call as to who wanted to be on her next thing, I was like, me, I don't have a Facebook page yet, I don't have a Twitter yet, I don't have a logo yet.
2 days to go.
But that's better just get out there and get it done, because nobody's going to do it for you. And so here we are.
That's twice I've heard that today. You know, I think someone's trying to tell me something. No one's going to do it for you. You've got to get there yourself.
Absolutely. So that's me. My at everything is Samantha is so, and the Facebook is called Samantha is social, and that's a little bit fun. Samantha is so. Samantha is so what?
Yeah, I'll put that link in here so that everyone can go and find it. So, at least I would love to, but I can't type. So, facebook.com, Samantha is so.
Samantha is. Oh, I don't know whether I've given myself an actual username on Facebook. I think no. I've got to wait until I've got 25 Facebook fans, and because I only literally set the page up last night. I don't think I do. But
don't worry. I will do it when I'm not on my phone, and we'll tag it to your page, and it'll be fine. Yeah, I've just written it in the things so people can see who you are now, in case I forget, which I'm not going to. It's fine. Great. So you've got 3 great tips for us today, and what we're going to do is you're going to share the first one in here, and then we're going to hop over into the Brand Success Club, and you're going to share the other 2. So do you want to tell me what your first one is? Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Melanie. Okay, the first one is just really simple. I think it's a concept that I'm going to build the whole brand around, is the concept of just be bold, do the thing, feel the fear and do it anyway, carpe diem, that kind of, especially for women, this is so important. Men, there's been studies done, and men will apply for jobs if they meet 60% of the criteria for the job, and women will only apply for jobs if they meet 100% of the criteria. I'm not saying that we ourselves to blame for systematic inequalities, but we have to put ourselves out there and go, actually, I can do this, because nobody's going to do it for you. And one of the things I hear most when I'm talking to women about managing their social media presence, they don't want to bother people.
No, they don't. And actually, that's very similar to what I was talking about last week with Gemma. It's like, because we were talking about call to actions, and she was saying you use strong words like buy now and do this today. And I'm like, oh, and it is, I don't want to bother people. And mine are all very soft, like, if you can just come on and join this, and I don't really need your money because I don't have to actually live. But it's we need to be bold and just like,
we do. And actually, if you're not really super confident about the product or service you're offering, you're not telling the customer they should be confident in you. And if maybe you need to reflect on that. I'm not saying you, I know your service is fantastic, but if you're wondering, I don't want to upset people, what do you need to do to your product to make it worth bothering people about? Because it should be. And also when you talk, especially Facebook and now Instagram, algorithms exist to stop you harassing people. You can put 10 updates a day on, your followers won't see all 10 of them, but definitely, if you've got something to say it. Your customers, your social media followers on any platform, they don't know anything about you until you tell them. And I'm not saying, because this leads on to the thing I'm going to talk about later in the other group. I'm not saying, what's the saying? Fake it until you make it. Absolutely not. Don't fake anything. Be bold as yourself, because yourself, when you're a one-person business or a small business with a few employees, your story is the only thing you've got that nobody else has got. It's where your customers will engage with you on a deep level. And like I said, this is what we're going to talk about later, is that engaging with you and your story and yourself on a deep level. It is one of the magical things about social media. So you've got to put it out there.
And I think that's really, really important. I'm writing notes here. Because I was on a coaching call yesterday, and what was I going to say about this? I was going to say something. Dun, dun, dun. You know what? I can't remember, but it was related. Yes, it was because he said people don't know you. Like, they're not going to know you unless you tell them. And I was talking to a coach, and she was saying, she was like, it was like 6 months review, and one of the things that really came out for me was that, like, the times I've done best in my business so far this year have been times when I've said, this is what I've got to offer, would you like to buy it? And instead of quite often, and I think a lot of us do this, you sort of sit back and go, I've got something to offer, but I'm not going to tell anyone about it because that would be really pushy. But actually, it's not pushy. You're just helping them because they don't know what you've got unless you say. So it is really important to tell people, and it's so important to be you because it's easier than being everybody else.
Absolutely.
It's also better for other people as well because they know who you are. Hi, Susan.
You can't be authentically anyone else,
No, absolutely not. No.
one of the businesses I was helping with their social media recently, which I'm not anymore, and I'm fine about that because it was an agreement we came to each other. They've got a member of staff who's getting better at social media, and I said, look, I'd rather step back because they're a male mental health organisation, and I'm like, I can't speak authentically as a man with mental health condition because I'm not a man, and I'm never gonna. And I don't get the hip and with it lingo. I tried to try and feed in some like cultural references, but I just don't know what men are interested in. Apparently,
well, it's quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's when you get the you'll get that sometimes from the big businesses where they try and do that, and you can see the adverts and you go, what? They're not using those words in the right context. They're using hashtags that don't exist because they, and it doesn't make you resonate with them. It makes you go, oh, they're trying too hard. They're doing it wrong. This doesn't feel right. And you step away from the brand. So it's really important to don't fake it. Don't fake anything.
No, definitely not. It's just not worth it, is it?
No.
Well, that's brilliant. So that was your first tip, and I thought that was a really good one.
I think it's going to be cornerstone.
Yeah, I think it needs to be because it's a really important message. So that's brilliant. Right, so if you want to find out more about you, you've got a Facebook page, which I'm going to put the link for in the comments after this. You've got Instagram and Twitter, and on there you are Samantha is Sue.
Yes.
And and because you've only been gone for 2 days, there's lots of exciting things to come.
So it's very quiet on there, but honestly, it's filling up. And I've got.
It's not that quiet. I've been watching things ping up all over the place.
I've been focusing on the group because I think you build up a bit of chatter in the group before you add everybody in. So the group's called Be Bold, social media tips and tricks.
We'll link to that as well.
And that's really
good. Be in that group.
Yes, I think I added you first. That's where
I thought that was really interesting. The post that you put up earlier, sometime earlier today, about putting up 2 pictures and someone had made a phrase as 2 pictures. And I was like, oh, that's something I should find out about.
Yeah. So don't do what that business is doing that I'm showing you, because that business is trying to make 2 pictures look like 1 picture, which do something interesting with 2 pictures. Do something that is going to draw people to click through and see what the pictures are.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so it's going to be great then, isn't it?
Yeah, loads of tips.
Go and join that group, everyone. I'll put the link on when we've hung up. Yeah. And if you're in the Brand Success Club, then you can see us over there for the next 2 tips, which are going to be equally fabulous. Yeah. Right, great. Okay, well, you just stick around and I'll see Brand Success Club people in a minute. Right.